Welcome back.
Yeah, it's time for us to get into a conversation with the AGI, and they're having a very important conference, a summit, the next couple of days, the Ghana Industrial Summit and Exhibition, and we've been joined by Johnson Opoku Boateng and Sean Duggan. And welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
All right.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good morning.
And now let's find out from you, Johnson. What's the concept of the Ghana Industrial Summit and Exhibition? Why are you holding this event?
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. I think that years back we used to have what you call the local content exhibition, when the oil was found in Ghana and so on. But in 2017, we decided that we have to expand the conversation and bring the entire industry, all the 23 sectors, under one roof.
Okay.
Engage government, policymakers, of course, and then also some international participants, investors from outside, for us to have a broader conversation about the industry and how to push forward the industry. You remember that was around the same time that the 1D1F policy came about. So we said that we need to have a broader conversation, interaction, see how industry can tap into such a policy and other policies, of course, of government and role. So it's always been bringing all the captains of industry under one roof. I mean, it's the flagship program for the AGI and its allies, and to see how we move the economy forward. So basically, that is the concept for the summit. Yes.
Wonderful. Okay, Sean, what's the theme for this year's summit? And I know the EU is very heavily involved in this summit. The EU, they've been great development partners for Ghana. But what's the theme this year, and why was that particular theme chosen for 2022?
Well, thank you for having me to start with. The theme for this year is investing in Ghana industries to leverage opportunities in the single African market. To a certain extent, this built directly off the outcome of last year's Ghana Industrial Summit and Exhibition. The focus of that was on repositioning Ghana to take advantage of the single African market. But the conversations that we had at that event highlighted the fact that to take full advantage of the potential the market has to offer, you needed investment. And that's where investment is needed to make sure that the full benefits of the African market can be obtained. So we're talking about increasing Africa's GDP from about $2.5 trillion to approximately $3.4 trillion. It's a huge uplift.
Okay.
We're looking at the level of investment needed for that to increase from 2.2 trillion to about $3.4 trillion, and to increase trade, because that's one of the primary objectives of the single market, by about 30%, means you need to have investment in place and ready to go to support it. So the conversations that we've had subsequently, and the European Union has reinforced this, is the critical role of investment in making sure that we could take advantage of the potential that the single market offers.
Fantastic. Joseph, this year, let's look at some of the details. What are some of the topics we'll be dealing with? Who are some of the speakers, and so on?
Okay, so because it's more of an investment summit, just like Sean has described. Obviously, you know that the Ministry of Trade and Industry and Foreign Affairs, they've been our partners for this program. So on the first day, that's tomorrow, we're going to have an opening, and we have the Honourable Minister for Trade and Industry, Alan Chimatin, to open, and also open the exhibition as well. And so that is going to be the activity for the morning. We're going to also be having the ambassador to the EU, the EU ambassador to Ghana, Ishad Razali, being there to share a few words with us. VRA Chief Executive, MPG Executive Director also going to be there. So once we have that done in the morning, then in the afternoon we're going to have a B2B session where we have companies coming to speak, and then we have an interaction. GIPC has been a great support to this because, of course, it's investment. So they are going to also be speaking on the investment climate. Okay, so they will look at the FDI and also the within the local.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, we want to look at the local investment climate, because the FDIs, we all know, they've been working a lot on that. So we want to just focus on that. Then on the second day, that's the investment summit proper. We're going to be hosted by the EU ambassador, and where he's going to be giving us a keynote speech. We're going to be having the Ministry of Finance and then also Foreign Affairs coming in to share with us. In the afternoon, we have a myriad of topics. As Sean mentioned, we're going to be looking at challenges in investment in Ghana. We have a lot of impact investors, and we have equity and so on and so forth. We're going to have a broader discussion, because we realize that there are so many companies who don't even know that we have a lot of investors in Ghana. Okay, so we want to talk to them. So we're going to be having speakers like Amalate of Impact Investing Ghana. We're going to have the CEO of Wangara Ventures, Ebenezer Arthur, who is going to be there. We're going to be having CEO of InnoHub, Nelson Amo, who is going to be there. So we've actually assembled all the investors to actually speak. And the key, the highlight of the day also, that we're having a deal room. Okay, and this is a live session where we've actually gotten pitches from over 50 companies.
Okay.
The investors have looked at them. They are going to actually be meeting them to have it, whether there's going to be a deal to either through equity or debt or whatever it is. So we've set up a deal room for that particular session. And at the end of the third day, we have an exclusive cocktail which is going to be hosted by the ambassador. That is strictly by invitation. And of course, the third day is the Energy Day. We know we are talking about renewables, and Ghana's energy transition is going to be discussed. We're going to have the Petroleum Commission Chief Executive also come in there, Egbert Fabiel, who is going to talk to us about the local content in the petroleum sector, opportunities that exist. So this is an opportunity for people to come and listen to it. There's one key topic that's going to be discussed on the nuclear power journey. Okay. And so the executive director of MPG, Nuclear Power Ghana, is going to be there to tell us where we are in terms of the nuclear agenda and the opportunities downstream and so on and so forth. So it's going to be a lot of important discussions that is envisaged to pack up the economy and move us forward.
Okay, so just a quick question before we move back to Sean. Are we looking at investment in more of the primary and then the manufacturing sectors? Are we also talking about service and investment there? I'm curious.
Yes. So remember, I mean, just this morning, I think, was it the BFT also was talking about the fact that there was a story that about 35 to 40% of businesses still don't understand the AFCFTA. BNFT. So fortunately, we are going to have the AFCFTA Secretariat there. They are going to speak on the first day, that's tomorrow. And then we are privileged to have His Excellency Wamkele Mene, the Secretary General, being there as well to unpack again. All right, and we are expecting our anchor Citi FM and Citi TV to disseminate the information, to the larger community. So we are looking at investors within the country, especially how they could actually support our industries. Service industries, we are actually looking at agro-processing, we are looking at general manufacturing, we are looking at food and beverage, we are looking at the service sector, so ICT, we're talking about telecoms and the banking and financial services and so on and so forth. So all of them are up for discussion and support.
Interesting.
Sure. Key takeaways from this event.
I think Johnson has actually stolen my thunder. I think that from our perspective, my role is to focus on investment promotion. And that usually encompasses two things, one of which Johnson has touched on, which is foreign investment, encouraging foreign investors to consider Ghana as a location. The other component is encouraging the investor community, and here I'm talking about pension funds, equity funds, venture capital, to think Ghana as an investment destination. Because the gap that Ghana and Africa faces in terms of investment needed to achieve the single market are staggering. We are looking at a gap on an annual basis for Africa alone of around 68 to 108 billion dollars. For Ghana, it's about 1.8 billion dollars a year, and that's just for infrastructure. If you scale that up to look at the development the sustainable development goals, we're talking about 0.2 trillion dollars for Africa a year, and Ghana needs about $6 billion more than it's got at the moment.
Wow.
So for us, the key focus and the key takeaway is how can you mobilize that quantity of funding and attract and retain it, more importantly.
Yeah.
And actually as important, to ensure that businesses are ready to accept and utilize that investment to make themselves more competitive and productive.
Yeah. All right. Fantastic.
Brilliant. Johnson, sponsors.
Sponsors.
Very important.
Before I forget, let me just go through a list.
Yes.
Okay,
fine.
so we are partnering with the EU Business Linkages and Investment Promotion Project, which sits at the AGI. They are our key partners for this one, this event. We have the VRA, who've always been our core partners, Ministry of Trade and Industry and the Foreign Affairs. In terms of sponsors, we have the Nuclear Power Ghana, we have Bui Power Authority, the GIPC, heavy sponsors for this year's event, Fidelity Bank, we have Ghana Stock Exchange, Development Bank Ghana, Impact Investing Ghana, DDP Outdoors as well. And for the media, I'll reserve the best for the last. So we have GP Communications, we have Media General, we have Graphic Communications and BNFT, and of course, our partners, our key partners, Citi FM and Citi TV. So these are the core partners and sponsors.
How do people participate?
Yeah, so participation is by registration, and so I'll put a few two numbers up.
Okay.
So you talk to us. So let me, Kafui, you can speak to Kafui on 0244 933 106, or you can speak to me on 020 999 6002. Don't forget that in the afternoon of the third day, there's going to be a pitch contest on sustainable tech for sustainable agri-food systems. And we have about 5 contestants who are vying for various amounts, about $7,000 for the first prize and $5,000 and $2,000 in that order. Okay. So it's going to be a very great, incidentally, we're overbooked in terms of exhibition booths.
Okay.
So, but for participation, yes. The public is invited to come and see the exhibition. Okay. So we've made arrangement for the public to troop in and see the exhibition as well.
All right. Thank you very much,
Wonderful.
gentlemen.
Thank you.
We're joined by Sean M. Duggan, who is the he's an investment promotion expert, EU-funded investment promotion and business linkages project. And then also Johnson Opoku-Boateng, who's the director of business development service with the AGI. We'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. There's more coming up.